Hi there, Roger Connect, President, Universal Accounting Center. Hey, I'm just actually reaching out only because of the fact that I just recently had a meeting with 5 business owners. And in that conversation, I felt that what they were sharing was so relevant to what we're seeing going on today. As we work with business owners through our division, Universal Business Builder, one of the things that we try to do is just really assess what they're dealing with as they're trying to cope with this whole economic crisis and the pandemic and so forth. And one of the things that I'm noticing is the resilience of the entrepreneur. As these business owners actually tap into that entrepreneurial drive and spirit, their businesses have been changed, but yet they're adapting. And in this meeting where I was speaking to these 6 business owners, what we learned is, yes, they're dealing with issues regarding employees, the Family Medical Leave Act, they're dealing with time off and furloughs, they're dealing with closures. But what came through as the conversation continued is how their businesses are adapting. And in that adaptation, what they're doing is they're offering services, making money, selling products that didn't even exist 2-3 months ago. They were able to actually be resourceful enough with that entrepreneurial spirit to, rather than retreat and retract and let the closures impact them, they were able to become, like I said, resourceful and really come up with new creative ways to make money. What was happening is one of the businesses, they are a doctor, 2 of them are doctors, and in their business, obviously they had a lot of people that were unwilling to come in to the office and possibly expose themselves. And so they were actually offering a number of services where they're doing telemedicine. And really a lot of the people in the office now are offering telemedicine services. And really that's how they're bringing in a lot of the revenue, just because they adapted and actually moved in that direction, where before it was obviously inpatient visits. One of the clients happens to be a business that still needs people coming in, but obviously what they're doing to manage that interaction of the customers, how they're coming in and being processed within the establishment was totally different. They happened to be a chiropractor's office offering massage services and chiropractic services. It was astounding what they were doing to keep their patients comfortable. The other business happens to work with a lot of people that are mentally disabled, and they provide medical services throughout the day, but also work relief programs for these individuals. And obviously they're a little bit sometimes immune deficient, and so they're a little bit more vulnerable to illnesses. Well, the regulations that came down from the state impacting them, it really was something that they had to address and adapt to, and they did. One of the other business owners happens to run a business that's involved in scrapbooking. Well, their business is through the roof with revenue right now, simply because people are at home and they're using this time to scrapbook more, and so their orders for the year are basically through the roof, and they're at the point now where they're claiming that they may actually have, in just the last quarter, more sales than they generally get in an entire year. In this conversation, one of the things that we talked about is in our local area, we happen to have a theater, and the theater is a locally owned theater. They are a smaller theater, but yet they adapted to the situation to where they converted their parking lot into a drive-in theater. And anyone that is as old as I am or older will remember drive-in theaters used to be common, but then all of a sudden became non-existent. Well, they revitalized that, offered the drive-in experience. They were going out and delivering to the cars orders of food and candy. They were actually escorting people and kind of managing who would go into the restrooms, but yet they have made more money in just the last month than they typically do in a quarter. These things, I think, are evident then of what the entrepreneurial spirit is, what business owners do when given this challenge. And I'm pleased to say that so many of the business owners that I'm working with are rising to the occasion. I've got another client where they deal with swag and sell basically all the business goodies that you would find at conferences and so forth. They were quite concerned that with this turn down that they were going to see a pause in all of the work orders that they had, cancellations of a lot of the swag that they had. It's actually the reverse. His sales are through the roof, or as people are trying to remain relevant with their clients and send out swag and give swag. It's incredible what's happening. And so what I want to do is just testify to the resilience of the business owner, the entrepreneurial spirit. Get out there as business first responders, as accounting professionals, and let's help these business owners adapt and manage these financial resources that they're now getting. One of the things that I do want to stress is every one of the business owners that I spoke with were getting some level of government assistance. They were taking advantage of the PPP. They were getting the small business loans. All of these things were going on in their businesses, and yet they were adapting and doing so resourcefully. So just do your part as a business first responder. Get engaged with the businesses. They're thriving. Many that are struggling can adapt if they actually just pivot. So what we want to do is just realize that there is a silver lining here. Businesses are becoming resourceful. They are being productive and profitable if they're able to adapt. And so what we want to do is just recognize that we can be a part of that, and we can, as accounting professionals, be the business first responders to help them see that they can rebound and in fact come out of this better than they started. So just realize business success is universal. Take care, and thanks for your time. Bye-bye.